Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Okay, yeah, I haven't totally lost the plot. I am fully aware that it is March. But I just felt moved to do a Christmas planning video. I often do Christmas planning videos, so here you go. This is the first one of 2021, I think. I've started my Christmas shopping already. Which for some of you, I know you'll be like, woo, yeah, you'll be totally on board with me with that because you're also A, planner people, so you're super organised, or B, you're like super into Christmas people. So either one of those, you're like my people. So hello, welcome, welcome to the family. Yeah, so I have started my Christmas shopping. So here's like where we're at with Christmas. So last year, we had a new daughter join our family in the springtime, which we were basically, we were waiting for our match with her, bless her heart, and we weren't sure when she was gonna be coming or anything. So we hadn't technically like budgeted particularly for her joining the family, as it were. If that makes sense. It's kind of weird. So like we knew she was coming, but we didn't know when. So normally, what I normally do for Christmas is I use a savings scheme. I use the Park Mastercard savings scheme, which I know some people are really anti. I know loads of people are really anti. I know there's pros and cons for like using these like people for savings things. For me, it works. I've used them for years and years and years. It works. It works for me because it's a way for me. So like when the money literally goes out at the same time every month. As soon as John gets paid, it goes out. And we can't access it. We cannot access it until they send us the voucher, which I do electronically, get the electronic online vouchers. We can't access that until they send it to us in October time, and that really works for us as a family because we do have savings, not massive though, because there's always that little bit of a temptation there, and like some months if things are a bit tight one month, then it's just there, and it's too easy just to pinch a bit from it. It's very easy to pinch a bit from it, but it's not so easy to put back in, I find. And when you've got when you've got kids, Christmas cannot not happen. You've got to do it if your children are believers. It's got to happen. So yeah, that works really well for us. So it's on a rolling year. So mine's sort of like going to pay for the next year from like the October. So by the time she joined our family, we'd already paid like 6 months worth. So yeah, hadn't really like budgeted for that. And so after she'd been with us a couple of months, I sort of started to think about like, right, we've got setup costs here. I always say the setup costs, like a new like stocking, like Christmas sack, like reusable advent calendar, because my girls have like wooden reusable advent calendars. Like I call those things like setup costs because the first year is more expensive because you buy those things, but then you've got them for years and years. And so I started using my Patreon. I have a Patreon where I do art tutorials every month, and that money sort of comes in slightly separately to like my shop money. I've got a frog in my throat, sorry. So it comes in slightly separately, and so we kind of made the decision to like almost forget about that Patreon money, and to kind of use that to like put away for Christmas for her. But then it was like, again, there was that temptation because it was there, it was there. So I decided last year, it was about June, July time, that I would start to actually buy some stuff. So I did, and it worked really well actually. Every month, I got my Patreon money. I used that to buy something. I either used it on the setup stuff, or I used it to buy presents, and I used it to buy presents for whoever I saw. It didn't really matter that it was whether it was specifically her, because it was a bit potato. You know, if I used that money for her, then I'd then have the vouchers that I could use on other people, or vice versa. So it didn't really matter. So yeah, I started doing that, and it really worked. And then it meant it kind of freed up, like when the vouchers came, it kind of freed up a bit of stuff. Like last year was a really tricky year because I wasn't going to shops. Some of the things went up in prices, like availability and stuff. So it worked really well for us, like being able to do it early, because we had managed to get like better prices. I managed to get like some really good deals in the sales. And like Amazon, they are a cheeky little snippets that their prices go up and down with like popularity and things. So you've got to keep an eye on it. And this is what I do. I have wish lists on Amazon for each person in our family, and if I'll find things and um I'll add them to those wish lists, and I monitor those wish lists. I'm a little bit. John said to me the other day, he's like, "You're always on Amazon." I'm like, "Yeah, I know," but I do monitor those wish lists because prices can sometimes plummet. And like last year, like my daughter, we've got a record player, and my daughter quite likes having vinyl, and they had Frozen vinyl, but we got the Frozen 2, the vinyl, and at one point it was like 50 quid, and then I was looking at it and it went right down to like 15 quid, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy that. And then a couple of weeks later it went back up to like 20, 25, 30. So the prices really fluctuate. So I do try and monitor it. I Christmas is in my heart, guys. And I too much information here, but like I am one of those people that if I have a bathroom break, I take my phone with me. Sorry, I know some of you won't like that, but it's true. I will take my phone with me, and sometimes I'll just like hop on. Doesn't take very long, a couple of seconds. Look at it, while I'm having a tinkle. And So so I kind of monitor prices, and that really worked like last year, because I managed to get some bargains, and then it means that you've kind of like, if you've got some money, it's quite good to kind of cash in on bargains. Like I saw loads of posts on Facebook after Christmas. There were like posts that have been reshared by like the Sun and the Mirror and loads of different newspapers and things. They're the only ones I can think of, about like, smart shopping mum, already done next year's Christmas presents in the sale. And I was like, actually, yeah, like when you've got like a bit of money in a pot, it's kind of, if you've got money, you can save money, because you've kind of if you've got money there waiting for when the sales are on, then you can buy those things, and then you can cash in on those bargains, if you see what I mean. So that kind of really like resonated with me. I was like, yeah. So I started earlier this year. I have already started buying bits for Christmas, and so far it's working really, really well. Also, we home educate. Okay, so that basically means that like the kids are always around, which is lovely. Don't get me wrong, I love that. The downsides to that for Christmas and things is that parcels arrive, and my eldest is getting more savvy and wise, and she's like, oh, what's that? Is that anything for me? Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a parcel coming. Is DPD have just pulled up, that kind of thing. So yeah, she's kind of getting a bit like wise and savvy to parcels coming. Luckily, because we have a business, we do very often get deliveries. I tell you what, we had so many printers and ink arrive last year. We got through so much. Like, I'd call John downstairs and I'd be like, John, your new printer's arrived. Can you come and get this big parcel, please? And so it's like I kind of became conscious of having to like like spread deliveries out so that it wasn't kind of all at Christmas, so it wasn't really obvious that it was like all at Christmas, you know, because we still have believers. Um, so that kind of worked. And yeah, it just kind of really worked for us, like just spreading out both time, money, the kids being round, all that kind of thing. So what I've started doing, I'm taking it easy, guys. I'm not like, I haven't gone crazy. Taking it easy. And because we also still have like birthdays in the year as well. And I had my 40th in February. John's got his 40th in August, so like they're big ones to kind of keep on the horizon. And yeah, so I've just been taking it easy, just bit by bit. But I kind of thought that like we have Christmas stockings. I love our Christmas stocking. I have really fond memories of Christmas stockings. So when I was a child, it's probably my favourite part of Christmas is the Christmas stockings, all like the little bitty presents. And I was thinking that like, you know, I guess on average there'd be 20 things in a stocking. So that includes like presents and like chocolate. And I thought that like things have gone up in price. And like so even if you spend like £1 an item, that's like £20 per stocking minimum. And then there's 4 of us. You know, so I was just trying to think about like spreading stuff out. So what I've been doing every week in my food shopping, because we're still not going out anywhere. I'm still doing everything online. I'm not ready to go out yet in the world. And so on my online Ocado shopping, I've just been like sneaking a little item in. I've had to change how I record things because I am recording things, so I know exactly what I've got, so that I don't overbuy or anything. Because just because I'm buying early and spreading the money doesn't mean I'm gonna like buy even more. That's not the case. No, I no, they're still having the same thing. So I've got this. This is a ring binder, an A5 ring binder from Staples. It's nothing exciting. Now, you guys know that I've done loads of videos on my Christmas planner, which was actually up here. I don't know where that's gone. Must find that. But as my eldest believer is getting older and older, she is becoming very aware of the world around her and able to read. So I made the decision to take out any Christmas present information out of my Christmas planner. So my Christmas planner is just like Christmas card lists, menus, recipes, things like that, and anything pertaining to Christmas presents now goes in here, which she doesn't know about. It's on my desk, and it's under loads of other junk. So yeah, and I've just in there got my usual list, like the same lists that I've pretty much shown you before, I think. Let me see if I can find one with John, because like they've got their names on. Yeah, so like I've got a list here. This is John's. So I've got like a list for John's stocking fillers, and then I've got a list for Christmas presents, which doesn't have anything on, so I don't really know what I'm showing you. But yeah, it's just kind of got the item, whether I've bought it, and whether it's arrived or not. I do actually need to put another thing on there, which reminds me. So maybe just write that on there while I remember. So already John has got a nice soap in a tin. It came in a tin, which I thought would be really good for when we are able to go camping again. And I bought him some Brussels sprouts rub. Brussels sprout rub. It's like a seasoning that you put on your Brussels sprouts. Last year, I bought him Brussels sprouts ketchup. We do like Brussels sprouts, but it is also like a little bit of a standing joke as well. And so, yeah, I'm just at the moment, I probably might be getting to the point of exhaustion, because I did start this at the very beginning of the year, of things that I can get on my online food shop. So I use Ocado for food shopping. So yeah, I bought John a tin of soap and that Brussels sprout rub. There's some other bits and pieces that I can get for John on there. for my littlest, I've got her box of crayons, and my eldest is the one with the most at the moment. Why can't I find it? They had a Lego Dots bracelet on sale, so I bought that. Daisy from she's My Green Cow on Instagram and YouTube and everything. She used to have another jewelry shop, and she had a big sale on, like a massive sale, and so I bought a unicorn necklace there because it was like on super sale. I did go to Superdrug the other week. I had to go into town to the library, and I popped into Superdrug, and Superdrug have I don't know if it's in all Superdrug, but my Superdrug had a like a clearance section, and in there they'd got loads of different like makeup bits, like they'd got like glitter hairspray and things like that. I bought some of them because they were 5p and some were 10p. I was like, that's just too good not to get. So I did that. Hopefully they'll last. If they, I'll check on them and see. I mean, they're all sealed and everything, so I don't see why they wouldn't last, because things like cosmetics usually have like the open sign with like say 12 months on, and that's like last 12 months from opening, so that should be fine. I bought some top trumps because I came across them. Just little things like that I've been buying in my weekly food shop. Just to kind of, it does help spread the cost, and it also helps to spread the time, like planning and stuff, but also it helps for me to spread the mental health and positivity. It's 2021, folks. Hangover from 2020. We started the year in lockdown, and I kind of had a bit of a bad January, and I sort of needed some sort of positivity. There wasn't much positivity. Well, there was. I have a lovely life. I do have a lovely life, but I was sort of struggling a little bit, and so that was kind of like, it kind of helped pull me up, like positive wise, to kind of like do some Christmas planning and like look at Christmassy bits and things. So yeah, it's kind of like a win-win all round, really. Saves time, saves money, increases positivity and mental health. You could argue that it doesn't save time because I'm always looking at like Amazon wish lists and things, but I enjoy it. It's like a little hobby for me. I'm trying to use like other independent businesses and things as well. Last year I set up, you can come and follow on both on Facebook and on Instagram. It's called From the Workshop. It's a Christmas account that I set up, sharing like just nice products for more. I was trying to do independent sellers where possible, but my ethos with that was like trying to share products that look like they've come straight from the workshop, the workshop, the North Pole workshop, and I really enjoyed that. That was like a little hobby of mine, doing that, because the end of the year was crappy as well, wasn't it? We had like all of November we had a lockdown, and then we were in tier 4 and all of that kind of stuff. So Christmas saved me. Christmas kept me happy. So yeah, some people think I'm bonkers. I don't really care anymore. Don't always have to be everyone's cup of tea. And yeah, so it's kind of like really working. I'm enjoying my Christmas planning and all that kind of stuff. I don't know where I'm gonna go from there. I'm not buying everything. My eldest daughter, she's got a birthday coming up, and she's like, I said to her, like, what do you want for your birthday? Oh, surprises. Every year at Christmas and birthday, she always says she wants surprises. She never asks for anything specific. Oh, I say never. She occasionally does, but it'll be like one thing, and that's usually right near the time. Bless her. She can't always get her head round stuff. But she always asks for surprises. So she is incredibly easy to buy for. um, because she likes surprises. But I don't like. I'm only buying little bits. Like as and when I see them. I'm not intending to buy everything. I need to save leeway for um changes, like changes in what they're into or what they ask for or things like that. Because whilst I don't know, my youngest is like super into, she loves cars, she loves dogs, and she really loves playing with her baby dolls. In 6 months' time, she might love giraffes, teddy bears, and dinosaurs. I just, it could really change. There are some like staples, aren't there, like Lego and Duplo and things like that. But generally speaking, so I'm not getting it all tied up too soon. But equally, I am still doing a lot of online stuff. Um, and that was like doing it early last year was like uh, good because of like we had obviously loads of COVID stuff and stuff was slow and Brexit and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I did kind of luck in there. So that was kind of good to be like ahead of the game, as it were. So yeah, that's kind of it really. I just thought I'd just, hop in and just talk a bit about Christmas. Christmas! Awkward ending. Okay then. Bye.